And now to local news, and after confronting his own trauma, a retired Walnut Creek police sergeant is now trying to help other first responders face their fears and heal.
He's behind a new documentary and a book detailing deeply personal experiences. KRON 4's Ella Sogomonian live in the newsroom with more on his mission. Ella.
Well, Michael Segru has put his badge away years ago, but his lessons learned on the job will be with him forever. Although they are painful, he publicly addresses them as part of his mission to save lives. Being a police officer was Michael Segru's calling. He proudly served the Walnut Creek community for more than a decade. But even in the seemingly quiet East Bay town, Segru said he had several traumatic events on the job where he had to draw his gun. He wrote about it in his new book, Relentless Courage, Winning the Battle Against Frontline Trauma.
He was reaching for a fully loaded gun. But the fact that I almost took his life, and I'm sitting there talking to him, and he was respectful and apologetic, that hit me really hard. I said to him, man, I almost killed you. When things calmed down, I fully internalized that I'd almost killed this kid.
Fatal police shootings went up last year to 1,055 nationwide. And in that moment, that kid who Segru said was a good guy who just did a bad thing nearly joined a statistic during a fast-moving encounter. Segru said that he himself almost joined another one after a different case where he had to kill a man who was threatening people. And while he says he saved the life of a couple, his own life was left in shambles.
My life literally spiraled downward to where I lost everything. I lost my marriage. My health started to fail. I started putting myself in dangerous situations at work, hoping I died in the line of duty.
In fact, BlueHelp.org reports more first responders die by their own hand than in the line of duty. Psychologist Dr. Shauna Springer, who co-authored Relentless Courage, sheds light on the dark truth.
Well, they see hundreds of traumas throughout the course of their careers, whether in the military or as first responders. Traumas that most people have no understanding or awareness of. And they also, tend to have a blind spot for where they might be most at risk in terms of self-destructive urges. A lot of times because of their stoic culture and the stigma around saying that they're not okay, they will suffer in silence. And as a result, sometimes the behaviors and acts that we see as heroic are actually suicide attempts.
Turning to therapy, Segru turned his life around and now encourages other first responders to learn to do the same and ask for help. Along with the upcoming book, he partnered up with nonprofit Mission 22 for a documentary they hope will help first responders cope with post-traumatic stress. Together, Segru and Dr. Springer stress the importance of shaping a new culture around first responders that encourages them to talk about trauma in a trusted environment that won't jeopardize their work.
There is hope, and that there is help. And all you have to do is get the strength and courage to ask for it.
You can come back from this and grow through trauma and grief and have a better life than you could imagine.
And we've listed a few resources here on your screen where police or first responders can turn to if they do need help. These will also be posted to our website, KRON4.com. Live in the newsroom, Ella Sogomonian, KRON 4 News.